Looking through my life, I would say one adverse situation, annulment of the June 12, 1993 elections. You know, Nigeria was transiting from military rulership to democracy in 1992. And ahead of that, had set up a business with a colleague. It was a company, effectively a partnership, but a company. I left my banking job and we started up a consulting stroke finance company and commodity trading outfit. It was a young company. We started from the scratch. I'm somebody who doesn't find it easy to do some things on the side while in full-time employment. So we started from the scratch after I left my job. And we were doing well as the transition program was progressing, but suddenly the presidential election was annulled. It's something that continues to today to define Nigeria, the prospects that Nigeria ever had, the opportunities that we missed. This affected the entire country. It affected businesses. It affected individuals. In my case, it affected me. It affected my business aspirations, and it affected the young business we had just set up. By the time the election was annulled, Nigeria was virtually treated as a pariah nation. It became very, very difficult to operate in, especially for startups. In the process, that was also the height of the time when most people were taking, they became what we used to call then as Andrew. They were taking flight from the country, relocating abroad. So everything virtually came to a standstill, and all of the funds that we invested went down the drain. Especially for those of us who invested all of our savings, all of our time and energies. We had about 35 employees to fend for. Alhamdulillah, I'm happy for one thing, that we did not owe a single employee. We, the shareholders, rather stomached all the losses. We had a very, very world-class board that could run any corporation in the world. I'm happy most of them went on to become notables eventually, and some of them are now retired. I keep reminding myself that if only we had succeeded, we would today have become a world-class outfit. So what did we do? By the time we were confronted with that, the reality of the situation that we faced, it was increasingly obvious that business operations was going to be very difficult. And as a startup, we were having difficulties to get by in the pollution, discontinue the business. Now, why I say it's not, it's an example of how not to react, is we did have other colleagues that started their own ventures at the time. We also had people who started or had very young businesses growing as of them, who never gave up. All that they did, which from hindsight I would say we didn't do, was to cut their expenses, to minimize their commitments. I mean, you know, things that made them sustain losses and the like. Some of them even suspended operations, laid off staff, and all that. And come 2-3 years down the line, when the economy started picking up, especially from around August 1998, when the unfortunate deaths of the principal actors happened, but the country then came back alive. The economy started picking up. These businesses also started picking up. By then, we had closed shop, and as the businesses picked up, as of today, as I speak, some of them have become very strong players in the Nigerian economy. So, adversity should not be seen as obstacles in life. We should accept them as challenges that need to be surmounted. If it will require us changing our way of doing things, let us go that route. If it requires us to retool and re-prepare ourselves, let us go that route and not just give up because something has happened, especially something that affects everyone. This does not mean that we should not know when to cut our losses. Sincerely, if something has become totally inappropriate in an economic setting, we should not hesitate to cut our losses. However, we should not give in simply because some adversity has been visited or foisted upon us. Look at the COVID-19 pandemic that the whole world faces now. No doubt many businesses have shut down. No doubt so many people have lost their jobs. But at the same time, this is the time that some people have increased their wealth. They have thrived better than even in normal times. And what you then find is that when the rules of the game are changing, step back, understand what is evolving, and decide to pitch your position in a manner that will make you thrive.